question number 3b applies Sandwich theorem to evaluate the value of this limit. Okay, limit x tends to 0, 1 plus x whole to the power 1 by x. So for this question, we're gonna evaluate the right hand limit first. Okay, then we're gonna evaluate the left hand limit. So for the right hand limit, first I take let x equals to 1 by y. So as x tends to 0 plus, okay, then y tends to infinity, positive infinity. So from here we get like this limit equals to limit y tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by y to the power y. Okay, so now to evaluate this limit, okay, we're gonna take this sequence. Okay. This sequence actually a convergent sequence and it converges to E. So we can write that limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n equal to E. Okay. So now here, like, n obviously belongs to n belongs to natural number, the set of all natural numbers. So now we're gonna evaluate this from here. Okay. So for that, as y tends to infinity, okay, so the value of y is getting bigger and bigger and bigger towards positive infinity. Okay, so now for this we take y greater than 1. So now actually we can start using this. Let mod of y equals to k. So from here we can write that k plus 1 less than y equals to actual k greater equals to y less than k plus 1. Okay. Now from here we can write that 1 by k plus 1 1 by y 1 by k 1 by k plus 1 1 by y 1 plus 1 by k. Now from here, as k is less equals to y and y is less equals to less than k plus 1, so from here we can write that 1 plus k plus 1 to the power k is less than 1 by y to the power y 1 plus k to the power k plus 1. Okay. So now what do we get? So now we're gonna evaluate this now as hold on, as so what we have taken? We have taken like mod of y is equals to k. Okay. Now we can say that as now y tends to infinity, k also tends to infinity. Okay. So now we can write that from here limit k tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by k plus 1 to the power k limit now we are introducing the limit, so this inequalities will be less equal. Okay. So now to apply Sandwich theorem, what we're going to do is we're going to evaluate this limit and we're going to evaluate this limit. Okay. So now if the value of both of these limits are equal, so we're going to evaluate these two limits, and if we get that these two limits are equal, then by Sandwich theorem you can say that the middle one will also be equal to these two limits. Okay. So first we need to evaluate this. Okay, so now we are evaluating this. So for this, we take k plus 1 to the power k plus 1, okay, by 1 by 1 plus 1 by k plus 1. We have taken plus 1 here, and this will be to the power minus 1 of this. Okay. So actually this is same as the previous one. Now we can write that limit k tends to infinity k plus 1 by limit k tends to infinity okay. So now for the upper portion we can write that as k tends to infinity, k plus 1 will also tends to infinity. So now if we put like k plus 1, let's say it's u, okay, so this limit will be limit u tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by u, this will be u, and this will be okay. Now this, as we have taken like equals to k, so where k is actually a natural number, okay. So this will be e, so this will be e as limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n to the power n is e. So this will be e, and if we put k equals infinity, this will be so now if we put k equals to infinity, this will be 1 plus like infinity, this will be 1 plus 0, this will be 1, okay. So this will be 1, and the whole thing, or rather this limit will equals to e. So this is done. Now we're going to evaluate limit k tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by k 1 plus k, okay. So this will be k tends to infinity to the power k into 1 plus 1 by k, okay, and this will be limit k tends to infinity 1 plus 1 this into limit k tends to infinity this, okay. Now from here, or we can straight away write that this equals to e as limit n tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by n to the power n equals to e, okay? And k belongs to n, okay. So this will be e, and if we put k equals to infinity, this will be 1 plus 1 by infinity, which will be so this will be 1 plus 1 by infinity, this will be 1 plus 0 equal to 1, okay. So the whole limit will be e into 1, which will be e, okay. So this will also be E. Okay, so the inequality was, or rather the relation was, this limit k this equals to limit y tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by y to the power y, this one. Okay, so now we get that both of these limits is equals to E. Okay, then by sandwich theorem we can write that this middle one, limit y tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by y to the power y equals to this one, E. Okay. So we get limit y tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by y to the power y is equal to E. From here, what we have taken before, we have taken that is x equals to 1 by y. Okay, so this will be limit x tends to 0 plus to E. So we get the right hand limit. So now we're going to evaluate the left hand limit. So limit x tends to 0 minus 1 plus x 1 by x. Okay. So for this, put x equals to 1 by y, as x tends to 0 minus y will tends to minus infinity. Okay, so this will be limit y tends to minus infinity to y. So from here we're going to put y equals to minus z. Now as y tends to minus infinity, z will tends to, so this will be minus infinity minus z, will be actually z equals to infinity. So z tends to infinity. Okay, so this will be limit z tends to infinity 1 minus 1 by z, this will be minus z. Okay, we limit z tends to infinity z minus 1 by z to the power minus z. This will be limit z tends to infinity. Okay, as it is to the power minus z, this will be, as it is z minus 1, it will be z by z minus 1 to the power z. So now we're gonna put this one, z minus 1, also let's say t. So now as z tends to infinity, so t tends to infinity. So this becomes limit t tends to infinity. This will be 1 plus t, and this will be t, and this will be 1 plus t. Okay, so this will be limit t tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by t, 1 by t. Okay, then this equals to limit t tends to infinity 1 plus 1 by t to the power t. Okay. As it's 1 plus t, so it will be this multiplied by this. Now now if we put t equals to infinity here, this will be, so this will be 1 plus 1 by infinity, which is 1 plus 0, which is 1. Okay, so this will be 1 into, and this will be e. Okay, so the whole thing will be e. Okay, so now y is equal to e, as limit n tends to infinity, n plus 1 by n to the power n equals to e. That's why it's equal to e. So it's 1 into e, which is equal to e. So this equals to e. Finally, we can say that this was our left hand limit. So x tends to 0 minus 1 plus x 1 by x equals to e. So now finally we can say this. Okay, so now the left hand limit is equals to e, and also the right hand limit is also equals to e. So now you can say that limit at 0 is also equals to e. So this is equals to e.